And welcome back. Even though vSphere is primarily made up of ESXi hosts and vCenter to manage those ESXi hosts, there's some other really cool features and options that may be part of a software-defined data center. And that's what I'd like to chat with you about in this video. The first of those is Virtual Storage Area Network, or as VMware refers to it, VSAN. And so let's imagine we have 3 ESXi hosts, 1, 2, and 3. A popular option is to use network-based storage, so that each of these ESXi hosts can access storage that's available on the network. So what the VMs are doing when they're asking for disk space or when they're making read and write requests, the ESXi host is interacting with the network-based storage. But instead of having a dedicated network-based appliance out there, each of these devices could have its own local physical resources. But then the problem is if we want to move a VM from host 1 to host 3, and the storage is over here off host 1, it's not reachable. So vSAN, logically, it virtualizes storage. So if each of these hosts are configured to support vSAN, and they create a virtual data store that all these devices can reach, we could take this VM whose data is now stored on the vSAN, and we could move him from host 1 to 3, and his storage resource wouldn't have to change. It would logically be the vSAN. And that is a separate license that's above and beyond your vSphere license. So if a company has vSphere Enterprise Plus, they're also going to want to have a license for vSAN if they want to use this feature, Virtual Storage Area Network, using locally attached storage on the existing ESXi host to create that virtual storage area network. Besides virtualizing storage, another big virtualization piece in data centers is networking. And that's what VMware's NSX is all about. It's about network virtualization. So on top of your existing network infrastructure, because at the end of the day, you're going to have physical ESXi hosts that are plugged into physical networking gear, very likely switches or multi-layer switches. With NSX, it gives us the ability to do additional virtualization for networking. So NSX is its whole separate entity for virtualized networking. Now, even without NSX, we still have some virtualized networking that we can do inside of our ESXi hosts. And that involves switches. So with the standard edition of vSphere, we get a standard switch. And with the Enterprise Plus edition of vSphere, we get something called a distributed switch, which we'll cover in a separate set of videos just on networking and distributed switching. So we get that just with the vSphere licenses. And so with NSX, it's its whole separate product and its whole separate license for that functionality if we want to use NSX. Here's another product. It's Vrealize. And if we scroll down a little bit, it emphasizes how it's about automation, operation, log analytics, and lifecycle management on-prem. And vCloud Suite combines the products in Vrealize Suite for all those benefits there, and it includes vSphere. So it's just a different way of bundling their products and services together. Another offering is VMware Cloud, which runs on AWS. And what it does, it integrates vSphere, vSAN, NSX, and runs on bare metal AWS infrastructure. And if you're thinking, wow, VMware has a lot of different products and offerings and groupings of products, you'd be absolutely correct. And this last one I'd like to talk with you about is VMware Cloud Foundation. And it's a hybrid cloud platform for managing VM and orchestrating containers. And it's a single architecture that's easy to deploy, which as a result helps it to be consistent across private and public cloud. So even though there's a lot of products and bundles out there, you and I are going to primarily focus on ESXi hosts, vCenter. We'll also take a look at vSAN for virtual storage and maybe a little bit of Vrealize, but we're going to keep it in those lanes to help focus on that technology as we continue together. So as we wrap up this set of videos, let's do one more with a kind of a wrap-up quiz that'll help us reinforce and confirm our understanding of many of the concepts that we've covered together in the videos, in this set of videos up to this point. So I'll see you in that next video for that quiz. Meanwhile, I hope this has been informative.